Okay, buckaroos and buckarettes, here we go. We're going to do number, what is this, Miss Bangor? This is number 3 on page 247. Okay? All of this applies, same as number 2 on page 247, except in this question, they gave you grams, so you're starting here. You're starting with grams, okay? So all you have to do is convert the grams to moles, okay? So this thing tells us that the total mass equals what? 20 grams, yes? And we have 4.00 grams of calcium, and then the rest is bromine. It tells us all we have in this thing is calcium and bromine, right? Well, if these two equal 20, what must the mass of bromine be? 16 all day long, okay? So what we're going to do here is simply start with grams, just like you'd expect, and we're going to convert to moles, okay? So the mass of calcium is 1 mole of calcium has a mass of what? 40.08 grams. Somebody calculate the number of moles there. And the 1 mole of bromine has a mass of 79.90. Okay? So we come to moles here, and what do we have for moles? You can see that this is going to be about 1/10. What does it come out to? 4 divided by 40.08. I'm sorry? It's about a tenth, so it's 0.0998, says Mr. Martin, who will get a bonus for working long in class. Now, we need another decimal place. I'd like it to have another decimal place there. Okay? Now, what do we get here? 0.2002, and these are moles, right? So you can see that we have about 2 moles of bromine for every 1 mole of calcium. Now, these are not whole numbers. Atoms don't bond in fractions like this. But the ratio of atom to atom is the same, and you should be able to see that this is really close to 0.1, and this is really close to 0.2, and that is really close to a 1 to 2 ratio, right? Okay. Now, that makes sense chemically, right? Now, if they weren't quite that close, to double check that, you would divide by the smallest number, which would be 0.09980. That'll give you an even 1 here, and it gives you what here? 2.001 or something like that, right? And so what that tells us is that we have 1 calcium for every 2 bromide. Now, you should have been able to see that when as soon as you saw that calcium was going to bond with bromine, a main block metal here, group 2 metal, and a halogen. There's no question. This is a 2+ ion. If it's going to bond, it's going to form a 2+ ion. This is going to form a 1- ion. And so the formula is going to be CaBr2. You're simply validating that, okay? Any questions about that? Okay? And a lot of people get confused with this because this problem skips the percentage part of it. And so what happens is you get trained into thinking empirical formula questions always have to have a percentage involved. No. No. Just remember, it's the smallest whole number ratio. That's all there is to it. Yes? Okie dokie. That's what we're talking about. Alrighty.